Hello students, welcome to the second class of English literature. I will read out the rest of the part of the story Big Brother, and after that I will read the summary out to you people. Listen to the diction, listen to the pronunciation of the words, pauses and the way I am reading out the chapter. Nevertheless, the evil thought crossed my mind that if he failed once more, he would be in the same class and there would be no scope for his lectures. But the next moment I was ashamed of my thoughts and chided myself. After all, it was only for my good that he scolds me. Thereafter, my brother changed his behavior towards me. Several times an occasion arose when I deserved a scolding, but he talked to me in a gentle manner. Perhaps he had realized that he did not have the right to lecture me anymore. My independence grew and I began to take undue advantage of his tolerance. I presumed that I would pass the next time too, whether I studied not. The little amount of time that I had devoted to studies earlier was spent in play. I developed a passion for flying kites and spent all my time in that sport. I tried my best to conceal this practice from my brother. However, one day I was far away from the hostel and was running after a kite. I was trying to save it from a group of boys who chased it with long bamboo poles, and suddenly I collided with my brother. He was coming from the market. He grabbed me angrily and shouted, "Aren't you ashamed to be running with the street boys after a 1 paisa kite? You are an 8th grade boy and should have some sense. You must have assumed that just because I am 1 grade ahead of you now, I have no right to say anything. Please remember, I am still 5 years older than you and always will be. Even if you get an MA or a PhD, you are still my younger brother." Understanding does not come from books. Think of our mother. She never went to school, and father probably never went beyond the 5th grade. However, they still have the right to correct us, not just because they are our parents, but also because they have lived longer and have more experience than us. They may be ignorant about what is happening in the USA, but there are many practical things that they know about. Tomorrow, if I fall sick, the best that you could do is send home a telegram. But father wouldn't do that. He would try for a remedy or else go to a doctor. We find it difficult to make our allowance last through the month. However, father has brought up a family on half of what the two of us spend today. So brother, don't be proud of having caught up with me and being independent. I will see that you do not go off the track. I know you don't like my lectures, but I'm doing my duty. This new approach of my brother completely stunned me. I was mortified at my behavior. I realized my own insignificance and felt a new respect for my brother. With tears in my eyes, I said, "I realize my folly. What you have said is very true. You have every right to say it." My brother embraced me and said, "I don't forbid you to fly kites. I like it doing myself. However, if I do that, who will look after you?" Suddenly, a kite that had been cut loose hovered over us, its string dangling down. A group of boys were chasing it. My brother jumped up and caught hold of the string and ran towards the hostel. He had a smile on his face. Without a minute's delay, I followed him, trying to get hold on the kite in his hand. Now, students, I will read out the summary of the second half of the chapter. One day, the younger brother, out of anger and frustration, thought that it was only a year gap between him and his elder brother, and if once more his elder brother failed, then he would also come in the same class, and in that situation, his elder brother would have no chance to lecture him. However, he immediately checked his evil thought and consoled that it was for his good only that his elder brother scolded him to study. After this, the narrator also noticed a change in the behavior of his elder brother. Now, the elder brother had stopped checking him every now and then. He started ignoring his mischief and did not say anything to him. As a result, the narrator stopped fearing him and his hesitation also lost towards his elder brother. This made the narrator more casual and careless towards his studies. He started playing more and also developed a passion for flying kites secretly, for which he had to sometimes skip his studies also. Seeing the increasing carelessness of the narrator, one day his elder brother shouted angrily on him and said that maybe he had passed in good grades and he himself had failed. Still, he continued to be his elder brother 5 years older than him. He also added that he had not lost the right to scold him, and it was his duty to check him whenever, wherever he was wrong. He reminded the narrator that how the parents had gone through the hardships to educate both the brothers. He told the narrator that the parents might be simple and uneducated, but they were much more experienced and wise people who had seen enough in their life. The narrator listened to his elder brother with surprise and was shaken from within. He felt ashamed at his behavior towards his elder brother and also for neglecting their parents' hard work. This time he felt a new respect for his elder brother, but the elder brother forgave his younger brother for all the mischief he did.